Alright guys, this is Wheeling the Tomboy Gamer here, and today I'll be doing a comparison between the iPhone 11, iPhone 12, and iPhone 13. Because of this, I'm planning to get a new phone if I pass my exams first. And fortunately, the phone that I'm using is the iPhone 6s Plus. Since I used it before it was discontinued back in 2018. So I got this phone and I've been using it for 3 years, but here's the problem. The problem is the phone actually had 32 gigabytes, so I couldn't do anything about it, and unfortunately I may have to buy a new phone because the gigabyte storage right here, I was supposed to get 128 gigabyte storage or 256, but the one for the iPhone 6s Plus was actually discontinued. So today I'll be doing a comparison between the iPhone 11, iPhone 12, and iPhone 13. But anyways, let's start. So when was the iPhone actually released for both of the days? So you see the iPhone 11, it was released on September 20th, 2019. And for the iPhone 12, it was released on October 13th, 2020. And the iPhone 13, which was new, it began to release on September 14th, 2021. So the iPhone 11 actually released 2 years ago in 2019. So actually, the iPhone is actually a lower price of phone. It is the 13th generation phone. It is succeeding the iPhone XR and unrevealed on September 10th, 2019. It's the higher end of the iPhone 11 Pro flagship and Steve Jobs Park in the Apple Park in California. So by February of 2021, the iPhone 11 has sold millions of units worldwide, making the third best-selling smartphone of all time. This was also the last iPhone to include the charger, earpods, and as Apple ditched the 20W charger and the earpods for the release of the iPhone 12 on October 23rd, 2020. So, is the iPhone 11 discontinued? No, it is still in progress because the iPhone 11 was released 2 years ago. It was like still new though. So what are the designs for the iPhone? So for the iPhone right here, we got purple, yellow, green, black, white, and red. So as you can see for the red phone, the red phones are actually a product of red, Because of this, it's been released like 15 years ago and now they still put it on the phones right here. It only uses for new phones, not for others. So for the hardware that they used was the A13 Bionic processor. It includes like storage items of 64 gigabyte, 128 gigabyte, and 256 gigabyte. It is dust resistant and water resistant. It doesn't cover the liquid damage. And both phones don't have a headphone jack. It comes with a wired earpod and a lightning connector. The iPhone 11 is the first built in ultra-wideband hardware, which is its Apple A1 chip. So when was it released in our country? So you see right here, I would just say the iPhone 11 has been released in Malaysia on September 27, 2019. So the iPhone 11 Pro actually has the glossy glass near the camera housing and matte back. So the Apple logo is now centered with no text and a change of the previous models compared with other iPhones. So what does the camera do? It includes the dual lens with a 12MP camera array, and it has one f2.4 ultra-wide angle lens with a 120 degrees field of view and a 2x optical zoom out. So because of this phone actually has an automatic night mode. So you see, this night mode only allows iPhone 11 and up. For old phones like that, they don't allow it. And for that one, you can see right here, there's no home button. For old phones, yes, until the iPhone 8, but from iPhone XR or iPhone X onwards, they actually do have no home button. So instantly, you can swipe up right here And this phone is actually not compared to the iPhone 6s Plus, as I will do this one in my other video if I get a new phone and if I pass first. So anyways, what is the system on the chip? The A13 Bionic. So the A13 Bionic is a AMR system on the chip. It was designed by Apple NC. So it appears on the iPhone 11, the Pro and Pro Max, the 9th generation iPad, and the iPhone SE 2nd generation. So you see for the iPhone Pro and Pro Max, it was released on the same day. However, it was discontinued about a year ago in 2020. So actually, I would just say the iPhone Pro and Pro Max are very expensive. I really don't know why they do have like the mini one or so. So apparently it's currently unknown. So it actually has the power adapter and the ear pods. So this is actually the last phone that they would use to feature a charger and ear pods. From iPhone 12 and 13, they don't. So you see right here, it's the users that wanted the charge capabilities to have a USB power separator adaptively, and apparently it now supports Apple Pay and an Apple Card. As of September of 2020, which is last year, it is compatible with the iOS 14. So as I was mentioning about the iOS, some iOS requires like how many gigabytes are there on your device. If there's not enough gigabyte on your device, you can't use it. And apparently for my phone, since it doesn't have like enough gigabyte, I wasn't able to install the iOS 15. Because the iOS 15 is the latest update, and it also features on new phones as well. Unlike the iPhone 5C, it doesn't. So you see right here, it supports Apple Card and it's compatible with the iOS, like some iOS. So if you get the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11, it will show a warning notification. Because of this, the display was replaced with an unauthorized part. It stated the problems with the phone that could rise at the wrong parts of the procedure that was used with the repair process. So you see for the display, it actually is a 6.1 inch, 155 meter diagonal liquid retina LD backlit. And for the charging, it's a fast charging QI wireless charging. So apparently I don't have like anything to say about the iPhone 11. So I'll just say the iPhone 11 is really cheap. Compared to the iPhone 13, I would just say it was a new phone and it was very expensive. Not many people can afford to buy a phone like an iPhone 13. Some of them would like use the old iPhones, which I would just believe it's okay. Or they will use like the iPhone XR or X, just like my friend is using. But I would just say sometimes phones like that, they don't have like fast charging. They don't like charge really fast like the old phones right here. So apparently I'm just really going to go through the next phone, which is the iPhone 12. So the iPhone 12 was released last year on October 16, 2020. And it was available in most countries back then. So there were pre-orders for the iPhone 12 mini, which began on the 6th of November, and then it became available on November 13th. So the major upgrades for the iPhone 11 includes the addition of the Super Retina XDR OLED, which is supposed to be an liquid retina LED backlit LCD liquid panel on the iPhone 11 XR 5G support, and it has the A4 Bionic system on a chip. It is the high dynamic range video of Dolby Vision 4K to 30 SPV with a new mini model. The phone, iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini, like the iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, are the first phone models to the phone that no longer could include a power adapter or earpod headphones tied to the other iPhone models. But the USB and the lightning cable is included. For discharge, it's been sold by Apple, such as the iPhone XR 11 and the 2nd generation iPhone SE. And the production of the iPhone 12 was reportedly ceased because of the low power compared sales to the iPhone 12 lineup. So apparently, there was another one. There was the 14th generation, and on the 13th of November, the iPhone 12 was released in Malaysia. It is actually not similar to Singapore, because Singapore releases like on an early day. Indonesia released on the 18th of December. So does the Philippines and South Africa. So apparently the MagnaSafe, which is a magnetic connector, it is introduced for the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro series. Not like any other phones, you cannot get this adapter in many old iPhones because the battery is really weak and it's a very old battery. Not many people are able to use the MagnaSafe. But for the iPhone 12, yes, because it allows accessories like the cases and charging cords to be attached to the near rear device, and it can be stacked together. It also supports a 5G cellular communications. It could speed up to 20 MB bits and download the speed up to 4 gig. But these models are only sold in America. And some of them, like the M-Wave technology, are sold anywhere around the world, including Canada. It only enables 5G when it's only preserved battery life. So for the display, it's the Super Retina, which is the XRD OLED technology. It has like a big pixel and a pixel density, and it has the improved like glass ceramic shield. So the glass ceramic shield is actually a polystyrenic materials. So whenever you drop your phone, it's actually safe, but I would suggest to you guys, hold your phone tightly, put it in the bag for new phones. Don't let it get damaged. Otherwise, you won't have like a new phone. You just have to like wait, I guess. So I suggest not to do this because your phone's gonna crack. So apparently, it's better for you guys to put them in the pocket or your bag for safety reasons, because your phone will get scratched or the ceramic case will break, which we don't want that to happen to the phones as well. And I was planning to get like the iPhone 11 or 12. I would just say the 13 is very expensive, so that's the Pro and Pro Max. And the Mini is actually a little small for me, but it's discontinued. So the Mini, Pro, and Pro Max on the iPhone 11, 12, and 13 are discontinued. So this one also has a night mode. It's for both photo and time lapse at a full resolution. So it's actually having a 12 megapixel cameras and ultra wide. So the sensors are the same with the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini. It will actually include an altimeter, gyroscope, barometer, proximity sensor, ambient light, and a digital compass. This device also includes the Face ID sensor for biometric authentication. So both of them are equipped with the iOS 14. It also includes Siri, the personal assistant in iOS. So Siri is still here on many phones. And you can also change it, So I'm not really going to read it all because it's getting too much. So for the same right here, the iPhone actually has purple in color. It's similar to the iPhone 11, which has like a darker purple color, but this one has a more like a darkish purple color. So apparently, there's not much to say about here, but I just want to really say this. There's actually like the phone that I want to have because of this. It's similar to the iPhone 11, which is not expensive. I would just say, in my opinion, the iPhone 12 is okay because, the price isn't that expensive compared to the iPhone 13. So next and last but not least, the iPhone 13. Now, as I was saying before, this phone is very popular and not many people are able to afford this phone because it's expensive. And it costs a lot of money compared to other phone prices. So apparently the iPhone 13 has like a Face ID, and and it's available in 5 colors. Instead of 6, it's available in 5. So instead of purple, they have pink, they have midnight, starlight, blue, pink, and red as well. Some of the colors have been removed from the iPhone 13. So the display, it's also featured the same thing, but it's a super retina right here. It is a camera range system with 3 cameras. So when you compare to other like phones right here, they don't really like have a camera right here, like 2 cameras. So eventually for the storage, they don't have a 64 gigabyte, but instead they have 128 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte, and 512 gigabyte. So the camera app contains a new phone, which is cinematic mode. It's the rapid focus that creates shadow deep using software algorithm. It is supported on the face front camera at 30 SP. The iPhone 13 screen is replaced by independent repair shop. The screen is also locked to the phone. The Apple technicians have a software to install new screens. So what I was saying is it's water resistant, as I mentioned. It's splash, water resistant, dust resistant. But if you use on other phones, it's not really gonna work. And I do believe it's like going to going to spoil your phone. So apparently they do have the mini for some reason, but for the Pro Max they still have it. But I'll just say the iPhone 13 is very expensive compared to other phones. So what is the price for both of the phones? So the 3 phones, one iPhone 11 actually costs 2,399 ringgit. The other one costs 3,399 ringgit for the iPhone 12, and for the iPhone 13 is 3,899 ringgit. So I would actually say the iPhone 11 is cheaper, and also the iPhone 12 is cheaper, but it's not that bad compared to the iPhone 13, which is way expensive than 2 phones right here. When you compare like the phones right here, you just have to pick like what phone you might want to have, like what is the price. You can just compare it to your parents with anything. But anyway guys, that's all I really need to say for now, and this is me, Wheeling the Tomboy Gamer, signing off.